It was supposed to be here over an hour ago. I got a packed house. Boy, you shut your big hamburger helper grimace with a guitar ass up. It's my club. Oh, there you is. What the hell you been?
Man, I just hold on one second. I've been just checking my game, sliding through the city. You understand me trying to get my money right?
Yes, I can dig it, Cat Daddy. Why don't you check your ass up on stage then?
Check this out, Tada. You just get out there and you introduce us. We're gonna handle it from there.
You go ahead then, you big old pimp. I got you, baby. It's all good.
Say that.
We got some beautiful people in the house tonight, and we got some ugly ones. Anyway, we'd like to welcome y'all to the Carolina West. My name is Tada. Today we got something old and something new for y'all. We got Snoop Dogg and Dogg, the Dog Pound, and the Fabulous Dramatic.
It's like everywhere I look and everywhere I go, I'm hearing motherfuckers trying to steal my flow, but it ain't no thing, cause see my nigga Coolio put me up on the game when I step through the door.
You know, some of these niggas is so deceptive, using my styles like a contraceptive. I hope you get burnt. Seems you haven't learned. It's the knick-knack paddywhack. I still got the biggest sack, so put your gun away, run away, cause I'm back. Why? Hit 'em up, get 'em up, split 'em up.
Oops. All right. So it's your boy, the Immortal One. I'm back, baby. So how are you doing? It's the comic book hour 2 to 3. We're a little late. It's already, what is it? Oh, it's almost 3 o'clock now. All right, well. All right. So in between 2 to 3, I kind of come on here. All right, so I've been suggested a couple streams to check out. I haven't watched all of them. I think we're going to check out a member to the show. I don't know if the other guy's a member of the channel either. I guess I should have checked. Do I got to check everything? I don't have to check everything, do I? I'll look real quick. All right, so we're going to be checking out Legion of Comics and Dope Comics. I don't think we got enough time to see everything they say. I know Legion's a member. And Dope is not a member. So you know what that means. I'm a little easier on the members than the not members. All right. So let's see if we can find. See if we can find Mr. Lee Jones. Lee Jones. Now I haven't seen this video, I don't think. That's how I say think, because you never know. I could have been scrolling and I could have fucking missed it. Who knows? All right, where is this fucking video? I heard about. Hold on. Michael Rowe, the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Oh, damn it. Hello. Oh, okay. All right. Why can't I find this shit?
What is going on, Legionnaires? Welcome to the channel. I'm Mark, and if you're just tuning in, this video is a little bit different than stuff I normally do, but I really wanted to talk about this because I've mentioned it before in different hangouts or live streams I've done, but I wanted to get other people's thoughts. Hopefully some people will see that.
Bro, this is 9 months ago. Holy shit, I was suggested to watch a video from 9 months ago. I hate Chihuahua. All right, well, I guess I'll watch it. Oh, I thought it was a new video. 9 months old. All right, we'll do it, though. We'll do it.
Thank you for calling Little Caesars. The fastest way to pizza is through the Little Caesars app. Please press 1 right now to have a link sent directly to your mobile phone. For pickup or delivery, please press 1 now to get the app. It's fast and it's easy. If you would still like to place an order over the phone, please press 3 now. Text messaging rates may apply. Little Caesars, how may I help you today?
Hi, I'd like to place an order for pickup.
What can I get for you?
I'd like a extra most bestest with pepperoni. I think they're like $8.
Anything else?
Nope. Can you cut in squares? I'm sorry, I did forget that.
Already cut it. Anything else?
No, that's all.
$7.49. Can I get a name for your order?
Lansing.
Lansing, all right. You ready about 10-15 minutes?
Okay, great. Thank you. All right. All right. So I've been recommended to watch this video from about 9 months ago. It's let's see. It's the comic book YouTubers lie. Why do people say this? All right, let's it's 10 minutes, not that long. Let's give it a watch.
Hopefully some people will see this. You can weigh in the comment section. But since I jumped on YouTube some years ago, I've heard this phrase uttered over and over again from different content creators and even repeated by viewers and commenters and chats. And it's really just gotten under my skin. Not like it's renting space in my head, but it's a blatant lie. And I think it's harmful for this hobby that I love so dearly. So I want to unpack it and get your thoughts on it. Let's get into it. All right, go ahead and hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and let's get into it. So the lie that I have heard on repeat across this hobby over and over again, some people say it, take it very serious, and some people I hear just repeat it in passing. So I know that it's gotten out there. I know that it's seated in people's mind, the way that they view this hobby, the way that they operate in this hobby, and that is the lie that the hobby should fund itself. The hobby should fund itself. Now, the first time I think that I heard that was on Jim Mint's video back when he was doing like statue reviews years ago. I saw a couple of his videos and I heard.
Okay, so we found out what the topic is. The hobby should fund it. I've never heard anybody say should. I've heard let the hobby fund itself. And I'm guilty of that. Like I have sold my books to get a book before, or 2 or 3. But I've never thought that it's 100% from selling books. Like, no, hell no. No. So I guess he's saying Jim Mint said this, but he's heard it a lot and he's heard it in passing. I've been around. I have heard this saying, and the person I heard say it first was Whodat. I learned it from Whodat. I'm a advocate of it. For me to buy, I'm gonna let him finish his point, but I'm just getting started. What up, 90MF Comics? So today, this is a 9-month-old video. I'm not gonna say who recommended it, but they recommended me watch this. And Legion is a member of the channel, so he gets bonus points for. I mean, I ain't gonna bash the guy ever. Unless I have a real fucking good reason. I ain't got no good reason off this. But he's saying the greatest comic book YouTube lie. Why do people say this? The comic book hobby should fund itself. I've always heard it say you can let the comic book, you can let your hobby fund itself. Let your own books pay for it, you know? And I agree with that. It's just an easier way for me to buy something than taking like money I'm gonna spend on bills or whatever to fucking buy a comic book. I always felt really greedy and guilty buying comic books with that kind of. So whenever I'm using my own collection to, that's kind of more use your own collection to fund your next book. I don't know about the should. I don't know anybody that can do that. Has anybody? Fuck any. So you are just every book you buy, you would resell and make more money. You'd be a fucking maverick to do that. All right, let's just watch this shit.
Heard him say it in passing, and then I've started hearing it more and more. And over time, it's just kind of stood out that I hear people say this, and they have this assumption that if you're in
Dude, that Sting shirt is sick with RoboCop.
this hobby, you need to take this hobby, make this hobby make you money, and use that money to buy more into this hobby. That's a lie. That is a bold-faced lie on every level.
How is that a lie, though? What part? I mean, for the whole, it's kind of like you can do it, but I've never heard of anybody doing it complete profit and having a collection. Like it is insane to comprehend somebody saying they've never spent a dime on comics. No, you spend money. How much money you spend is up to you. Let me just finish before I get crazy. I don't know what the fuck I'm even talking about.
So for one, the definition of a hobby, just a straight up Oxford language definition of a hobby, is an activity done regularly in one's leisure time or pleasure. Leisure time or pleasure done regularly. So that's that. Like this, that is that's a very precise definition, and what this hobby is can kind of skew from that definition a little bit, but they're on the face value right there. There's nothing financial about the definition of a hobby, but we're going to just set that aside a little bit and actually just pretend and look at why the hobby cannot fund itself most of the time. For one, for the hobby to fund itself, that means you have to be able to have great access connections to the hobby. Like you have to know people, you have to know like people with collections, they have to recognize and know you as a seller, and they have to bring you stuff. You have to have the ability to obtain this stuff at a very low cost. In order to sell books and make money, you have to sell them for more than you buy them for. A lot of people out there don't have those connections. You can search the Facebook marketplace, scour Instagram, go hunting all around, but
it's not impossible to make money off books. Now the only time I lose money is whenever I buy new comic book day books, or I'm buying a book I've invested in. Like, but when I'm buying a book I invest in, it's usually because I sold a bunch of back issue books I got for cheap and made money. So this is I mean, he's explaining it well. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. It sounded like he said, like, you can't do that. You can kind of do that. If I would just buy back issues and not new comic book day shit, I would probably be making a profit off of everything I get. If I just bought $1 and quarter books and I ran across fucking bangers all day, banger, banger, banger. Here's a $100 book. Here's a $50 book. Here's a $20. Here's 10 $20 books. Oh yeah. Oh, I would be killing it all day for sure.
But finding like a lot of inventory at a low price is not like a very regular occurrence, especially for someone that hasn't been doing it for a while. That's why the people that you see at shows and cons that have shops,
it is fucking very optimistic to think you could come straight into this and just pull bangers. You have to be educated. I would have had to wait for 2-3 years to educate myself, to know what I was getting, then get it. So to just say you could come in, he's absolutely right. You can't just jump in and get bangers. You got to learn. So that's true. And then you have to have the potential to get said bangers. You could go into a comic shop and see 10,000 comics and they're all trash. And then in my example, an antique shop got some, and there was about 10,000 comics, and about 30% of them were fucking bangers. So, you know, it depends on where you're at.
They've been in the game for a little bit. That's how they have these connections. There's like the good old boy system and the cons. Like you'll see the same sellers in like kind of regional areas and stuff. But unless you have that ability, you're really just buying books at fair market value and selling them for over fair market value to try to make $1, or you're losing money. If you're not able to have those connections and get books for cheap enough, you're never going to be able to compete in that marketplace. It is huge. With the invention of social media and the accessibility of comics, they are everywhere. Everybody who wants to sell can just take a picture, post it up, and they are now a seller, a valid one at that. But are you moving books? Are you able to sell stuff? You can go on eBay right now. Look at that Silver Surfer slab that I unboxed last week from that Big Time Collectibles mystery box and see where the internet is painted with those. Like at least half of that 500 print run is up on eBay right now. And if you look, there are people listing it for more than the lowest one up there. Like, how do you compete with that? If anyone wants to buy it, they're going to the cheapest one. So you have to be able to get in low to even make $1. It's very competitive out there, and there's 1,000 places to buy the same book. Next up, the biggest thing that really, really bothers me is what it does to new collectors. This is the part that really got my attention, that made me really want to make this video and get other people's thoughts on it, because I've kind of grown up around comics, but there's a lot of people that get into the hobby every day, and they're going to be getting in and looking on social media and finding these bigger platforms, these bigger channels that are saying this phrase, make the hobby fund itself, and they're going to go into a comic shop or go online to buy comics with the mind's eye that I need to get something valuable. I need to get something that it retains monetary value so that I can potentially read it and then turn around and sell it. It's like, to get comic book clout in the collecting hobby, you have to be selling books. Well, now, why are you even getting into it? Or you just want to buy and sell stuff? Because cars exist, so do many other things. But if you're going into a shop and you're thinking, I wonder what's hot today, I wonder what someone else wants, and that's you're never going to fall in deep love with this hobby, which it's so easy to do and so fun to do if you're just chasing imaginary dollar signs first, versus like hearing a character that you like or experiencing it in a movie or television show, or hearing someone talk about it, or seeing an explained video talking about a story, and you're like, that's amazing, I want to know more about that character, and you go there wanting to read about it. Then that's like what's getting lost with this mindset of making the hobby fund itself, I think. Now, it's always going to be a good thing, though, that selling is available. If you're ever in a tight spot, or if you ever need money, it is a blessing that this hobby does retain monetary value. 9 times out of 10, more than 9 times out of 10, a comic book is not worth what you paid for it when you picked it up at the shop. And my LCS owner, Paul, over at ABX Comics and Games, he loves to say, for every 1,000 books, you might get 1 diamond if you're lucky. If you're lucky. And when he says diamond, he ain't talking about a Hulk 180 or an Action Comics 1, but just a book that's out there. My dad has always had this.
Okay, all right. 1 out of 1,000 is fucking ridiculous. Now, 1 out of 1,000 books printed is true. 1 out of 1,000 books. Oh, who dat? You're perfect, bro. Who dat? Bro, you know what this video is, dude? All right, so it's kind of like what I learned from you was let your books sell your books to get some more books, right? You told me that a long time ago. Let your collection fund itself. That's what I think. I think that's the way you said it. You could say what you're saying as in a comment. So this video is about people that say you should make your hobby fund itself. I've never heard that. Maybe I mean, I think that means 100% totality. Your collection pays for your collection. Now, he just got done saying like there's 1 gem out of 1,000 books. That's true. Out of books that are printed. That don't mean I have to buy all 1,000 books. Dude, I'll tell you the truth, bro. Whenever I go, I'm a dangerous motherfucker in a shop, dude. I see keys. I'm the key master, brother. I see keys all fucking day, dog. I don't mean they're in front of me. And I do buy bullshit. I'll buy some bullshit. It ain't gotta be bullshit. Just something I like. I'm saying bullshit meaning it ain't worth a bunch of money. That's all I mean by bullshit. I'll buy some stuff I like because it has potential. Every book's like a lottery ticket to me. Every book has some kind of potential. It's just the truth to me. So my collection's pretty dope. If I'm usually laser focused. Whenever I'm in, I need to get like a Brainiac. I need to get a first Green Goblin. I need to get a first Thanos. I'm laser focused, dog. I just buy shit that I know I can make money on. And I could do that 100%. I'll pull 200 books, and 200 of those books are worth more than what I paid for. Very rarely I'll pull a book that ain't worth more. So it's a little give and take here, you know. But we'll continue on with the stream.
This rule that like if he can make anything over cover price, that's a profit. And he's talking about books that were like less than $1 even, you know, like because a lot of stuff just isn't that valuable, and that's okay.
See, you got to just be pulling like the worst shit ever that is possible. If you're going 0 for 1,000, you're paying less than $1. Whew, that's some stinker shit you're buying. There are books out there that you could buy for less than $1 and fucking make good money off of. You just got to fucking be in the right place. I mean, it's give and take, I guess. Give and take.
Okay, because the value isn't just in the monetary dollar that you spend on it. The value is in what you get out of reading it. And that's what is being missed so much with this. But in terms,
I got my reading shit books, I got my selling shit books, and I got my keeping shit books. So I haven't sold, fuck, I don't even know how long. It's been about, oh my goodness, what, 5 or 6 months? I'm not like a primarily seller guy, but there's nothing wrong with if I was selling right now, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I can only read so much shit. Like the whole just read shit. I feel like those guys they feel like they're a little bit better than everybody, a little pompous and shit. And I'm not into that. Like if you want to sell, I'm I do everything guy. I ain't on whatnot, but I will sell, I will keep, and I will read. I got my stuff I want to read. I'll give everything a chance. I've read a lot of stuff. I'll tell you the truth. I'm actually getting a little fucking wore out reading. It's making me a little fucking crazy. These comic books are a little hard to digest for me sometimes. I'm just being truthful. Like some of the shit people say is the greatest shit on the planet. I'll read it and it'll give me a fucking brain cramp and make me feel 10 times dumber. And I know comic book collector readers ain't gonna like that shit, but it's just the fucking truth. Like, there's a little bit of truth in comics bring your brain cell, just like television. It's not a healthy thing to do, just read comics all the time. It'll make you a little fucking loony. So, or you guys just have a better stamina for it than me. But I think I get what people say. Like, if you're just here to sell books, that's a bad look. Like, if you're just here selling books, you're just a flipper, complete flipper. You don't even have anything you really care if you keep it. You're just here to make money. You're not really collecting books. He's absolutely right. I get that. But there are some of us that definitely are here to collect books. And here's another benefit to selling is you may not keep the book, but you got to experience the book. There's many times I'll sell something and I'll give it a good read before I sell it. I got to experience it. I've had some cool shit I don't own no more. And I made some money off of. And then I got to experience it. So there's advantages to selling books too, instead of just reading everything you get. All right.
In terms of collecting, how are you going to collect? How are you going to fund the hobby? The same way we do anything else in life, you got to be responsible with your money. You budget. That's one good thing about something like comic book hobby or toy hobby, or even if you're like a trading card collector or any other.
No, I get that. He's saying you be responsible with your money, you buy it. I've always felt less guilty about it whenever my own books buy my next book than taking money for bills and shit, family. I even take money from my books for my family. So when I first started buying my big books that I have in my collection, anything I would buy, I had to match. So if I bought a $500 book, I have $500 for the family. So that's good. That's good too, right? Like it's all good. You could do it the way he's saying it too. You don't have to sell any fucking books, and you could just buy them, and that's completely fine. You might want to be careful with what you buy. If you ever fall in a spot where you would have to sell your shit, that's the one thing I think of. If you ever do fall in a spot where you would need to sell your shit, you might want to open up your perspective to buying things that are worth money, because it's going to be hard to sell those cover price New Comic Book Day fucking modern books. It's not going to be easy a lot of cases. Like he said earlier, one gem out of 1,000 books. That's absolutely true if you're buying every book printed. If you go in there and you're educated, you have a few years seasoned, and you know what you're looking at, and you know a book's worth more than $1, and you buy 20 or 30 of them puppies, that's a different thing. You're batting 1,000%. So
kind of collector, and you make a hobby of it, you have to do it responsibly. You have to make sure your bills are paid, your family's taken care of, and you see what's extra, and you have fun with that. And that's how you make it enjoyable. It just really gets me that there's that mindset. If you're not, it really just encourages so much of these things that you see on Instagram or wherever, where people are kind of just repeating, like, say no to FOMO, and they're bashing top 10 lists and they're bashing key collector. Those things wouldn't exist without the mindset of making the hobby fund itself. They wouldn't be needed like that. But that's why they exist. There's so many people out there looking for that information so that they can attempt to collect and profit off of it, to collect more, if they're even doing it well enough to even attempt it. But just think, you're not the only one with that app. You're not the only one with that information. These successful sellers out there that are buying stuff and investing in stuff and speculating on stuff successfully tend to do their own research and find that information. If you're getting information first from a shared source, you're too late. It's kind of like buying a key for a movie that just got announced. You're too late. If it was announced, if the trailer dropped, you're too late. And that's perfectly fine. You might be able to rush in there and do something, but just remember, like, this hobby is meant to spark community, to spark excitement, to escape into a whole other universe of characters and just absolute amazingness. And that really is what it's all about first and foremost. It's a blessing that we get to experience and have that, and still have something that holds monetary value. Now, I do want to give a special shout out to all the phenomenal sellers out there that have made it their mission because they love this hobby. They have a passion for selling, and those two things married well for them. And they put in the time, the effort, the energy, the resources to create an avenue for us to be able to go buy stuff. And all these vendors that set up, like Smashers Comics and Cherry Pickers, all these local comic shops, online and brick and mortar, like ABX or Big Time Collectibles, and all these online avenues like Pop's Attic, who's offloading stuff for Lolo, or places like Grail's Comics that work as a third-party mediator for people who have big books and they don't have the resources or the know-how to move them. There's so many great actual resources out there. Just the pressure shouldn't be on the collector to be that. If you become that, perfectly fine. But just remember, love of the hobby comes from what's inside the books, not how much you make off of them. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video, just kind of weighing in on the topic or something. But think about doing something else like this. I just want to see how this does or it goes over. If we get some conversation out of it, that's really what I want, is be able to talk to some people and get some feedback and bounce some conversation off in the comment section below. Be sure to hit that thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Until next time, we are Legion.
Now at Sleep Outfitters, get clearance.
all right, so he at the end he gave some mad props to sellers. I believe his own father sells, and he's like a second or third generation collector. And his dad is, I mean, he shouted him out, so I don't mind bringing him up, is a great seller. He sells books all the time. So a lot of Legion's, him and his father's collection came from flipping their own stuff to get books. So I think I feel where he's coming from, but at the same time, like, I think he even though Legion don't sell, like, I would suspect that some of the books that his dad owns, he feels like is his too. So, you know, you also are in that kind of frame, dude. Like, a lot of the books y'all got was from doing what a lot of people do. So, that's normal, dude. It's not abnormal part of the hobby to take some of your books and flip them. Anyways, great video. I enjoyed it. I believe I understand. That's why I watched the whole thing, because Legion could be, you know, you either watch it all and you understand it or you don't. I watched it all. I think I understood it. I don't understand. I could be wrong. I took it as what he called a lie was people saying, you should make your hobby fund your hobby. And that is a tough one to do. Now, it's not impossible. I'm sure there are people that are batting 1,000,000% out there. There probably are people that's made more money off of, and he explained how you could possibly do it. You can't do it without education and resources. There's no way. But to tell people that is not good advice. Now, to tell people you can let your hobby fund it, I think that's great advice. It's some of the best advice I ever got. Without it, I wouldn't have had shit. So I left a comment. I could tell y'all what I said in the comment. Let's see. Okay, what did I say? Oh, here it is. I said, oh, didn't I comment it yet? There we go. I said, that's a crazy statement to say you should make the hobby fund itself. Now, I do believe the hobby can fund itself. I've done it for most of my bigger books. Usually the only books I lose money on are New Comic Book Day books. So I agree with you halfway at least. I guess the halfway with you at least is a little strong, but I should probably put a little bit more in halfway. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Because for to say halfway, I was in the middle of the video when I write that, because I thought he was like going to go against that, and he kind of didn't go against it at the end. So that's why I switched it. All right. So I watched the dope video. That was from fucking 9 months ago. That was a 9-month-old video. So why did I call him Bone? What's his name? Dope Comics. So I saw this and I fast forwarded through it, and I had to see the book, and I felt like I wanted to talk about this. Okay, here he is. Dope. This guy's energy on the stream is great. All right. I picked up the greatest Spider-Man of all time. All right. So, guess what book I thought it was? Not my favorite take. Yeah. He really is also saying the sellers are somehow missing some purest payoffs of what a true collector, as if you're not enjoying comics. You watched the video with me, and I thought some of it was a little I don't want to say preachy. I just want to say like a little, this is better than that. It was a little bit of that. It was like, if you're going to, the pure definition of a hobbyist is this, and this. That's the literal definition. Yes. Kind of preachy. I kind of nailed it. Maybe. No, I don't want to say preachy. I just want to say, like, you know, some of the things he said were like maybe looked at better than others. If at the end of it, he did say shout outs to Pops, shout outs to this, shout outs to BTC. Dude, he's part of the fucking big time collectible shit. Like, he sells some of that shit, I think. If you don't sell it, he sponsors it. So What are we talking about? Like a lot of the fucking hobby funds for Legion. Like his dad flips books, so I don't know, man. Yeah. I see no harm in after you've learned what you're doing. I could talk about this topic all day because it's one of my favorite things. I've said it. I learned it from Hudat. Hudat, I guess he ain't got time to speak on it, but that's who taught me this part. I used to be one of those guys who would never sell any of my books. I was like, I wouldn't sell them. I can't do it. I love my books. I love my books. I love my books. I was typing it as you said it. Yeah. I love my books. I love my books. And I found a book I wanted more than my books. I was like, I could get this book for $350. Take all of my books. Fuck my books. I want this book. And people could look at me like I'm a piece of shit or whatever. I literally try to sell most of my big books to get one cool book. Fortunately, I overdid it and didn't have to sell all the books I was ready to get rid of. I was just thinking I have to do this now. It was a weird scenario. It's hard. I can't explain everything. I'd be here for an hour. But I had to get rid of books fast to get this book. We'll just say that. And I did. I got rid of a bunch of books and I got my book. And I don't know. That was the first time I did it. It worked. And I probably didn't do it for a while after that. But now that I've done it, I opened up the doors to it and I was open to doing it more, and I think it's hard for people to get over that hump. But when you've already got over the hump and you still kind of like feel like the other way's the right way, it's just a little weird to me. But it's all good. It's, I love Legion. It's cool. All right, let's show. I don't know if I've seen Legion in like a straight up auction. I feel like I have, but whatever. So I thought I watched this. I must have watched it on my phone. I know what the book is. I know what I felt before I watched this. Now, shout outs to Dope Comics. And we'll talk about Legion more if I can get through this before the family gets here. So he gets a lot of comments. Look at this. Engagement through the fucking roof. And this guy's charisma is fantastic. I love this guy. Dope is awesome. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fucking 12, 13 fucking people commenting on his stream. This has gotten 128 views 6 days ago. For a pre-record video is fucking really good. Really good. He's getting closer to 900. He's never really been in the I want a bunch of subscribers. I think he's a little into the views though. He likes the views and the engagement a lot, I would guess. I've never heard him say. I've heard him actually say like, I'm not here to have 1,000. I don't care what my number is. I've heard him say that, but I don't know, dude. I think you're enjoying it a little more than I thought you would. Dope is very much into his content. He does a great job. His channel's rocking. All right. Anywho, I picked up the greatest Spider-Man book of all time. Now, knowing Dope, this motherfucker can get an AF-15 if he wanted. He just got a Hawk one. I'm not gonna ruin it for y'all. I'm gonna show y'all what he got. All right. So I this ain't like Legion's video where I got watch the whole stream. It's like 8 minutes. So we'll just fast forward to the book and we'll kind of listen to that part. You can hear his little intro though if you want. Why can't I hear anything? What's going on?
I must admit, I must confess, I must tell you that I've got warnings from the FDA, the NBA, the CIA. I've got to let you know that if you watch any more of this, you may get dumber, or you might get more comic smarter. If you watch this, you could get comic smarter. You never know.
He is way amped up, dude. His energy's through the fucking. You could get smarter. You could be comic book smarter. You could be that much dumber. Dude, his energy is crazy high.
Oh, are you going to get dumb and waste 5 minutes of your life? Are you going to watch the baddest of them all? Are you going to watch the Dope-topian Crush, the Ayatollah, the man, the myth?
Dude, he's a comic book wrestler, bro. He's a wrestler right now, and he's doing all the wrestling shit. Just come on over, Dope. Come on over to the good side, brother. Yeah, I tell y'all the truth. Like, I wanted Dope to be a YouTuber. His first appearance is on my stream, on my channel. He's a part of Comic Collector Club for a long time, dude. And he was like, you know, Biggie, I'm ready to venture off and do my own thing, man. I'm like, I absolutely, you do your thing, Dope. And he's like fucking Ultimate Warrior now, dude. He's the closest thing to, without being a comic book wrestler, being a comic book wrestler. He does fucking horror more, but this is straight wrestling promo shit, dog. I could see a comic book wrestler when I see a comic book wrestler, and I could die, dude. This is definitely that, dude.
The freaking franchise. Are you going to watch Dope and the Dope Show? I don't know what I'm talking about or where I'm going. Let's just show some books. Let's just show some damn books. Let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. Anyway, today's books, we got lots of books to look at. Where we got all this stack right here, Simon. Oh my gosh, this is an awful show already. And it's only like 1 minute and 7 seconds.
He's fucking wore out. Yeah, I'm telling you, that's way too much energy. Way too much energy. Oh, does he crank it back up again? I don't know.
First thing up, I picked up No Hero. You ever heard of No Hero?
Okay, he's dialed it down some. I didn't watch all this. I'm going to just show y'all the book now. All right. He showed a bunch of great horror books. Dope has a fire collection. Now, this is a guy that could go into an LCS and do damage. If he wanted to he ain't going to do that. But usually he does it by accident because he likes dope shit. Okay? He can go in there and get a lot of shit for good prices. And he does it all the time, so it takes a little bit of education. All right, we're going to let him do a spiel. Let's hear what he's going to say about this Spider-Man book. Greatest Spider-Man book of all time.
Stuff when you least expect it. And I bought some books this week at my comic shop, and I was getting ready to walk out the door, and the guy said, hey, I got a small box behind the counter. You need to go through this small box. I got a short box behind the counter. You need to go through this short box. And one of the very last books in it was a book I've been looking for some time. It is the greatest Spider-Man book of all time. The greatest Spider-Man book of all time. And I can say that because I own 1 through 100. I also own 1.
Oh, so you see, he has 1 through 1. You could say that. That's where I'm gonna cut you off, Dope. I'm gonna cut you off right there. You're missing 1, dude. And I think you know which one you're missing out of that 1 to 100, brother. You're missing that fucking 1, dog.
129. And this is the greatest Spider-Man book of all time. It's Marvel Team Up number 15. And everybody thinks it's a key because it's the first time Ghost Rider ever meets Spider-Man. But that ain't the key. The key is it is the first appearance. The first appearance of the Orb. The first Orb. First appearance. This is Marvel Team Up number 15. This is the first.
No, that's a badass book. I like this book too. I want this book. His opinion differs than mine. I would say his 129 is better than that. I'd say his 14 is better than that. I'd say his 13, 15 better than that. But he's a Ghost Rider guy. So, to him, this very well, in his opinion, be the greatest Spider-Man book of all time. So I'm not mad at him for it, but it's a little clickbaity there, Dope. Little bit of clickbaity. Little splice in there. Just kind of like Legion's The Biggest Lie in comic books. A little bit of clickbaity there. I always say I'm going to do some clickbaity shit. I don't know if I've done it a couple times, but it just kind of makes me feel icky. But yeah, that's okay. You could think that's the greatest book.
First appearance of one of the greatest villains in the history of comics, the Orb. You get to learn the origin of the Orb.
Okay, now I've heard of the Orb. I've heard of the Orb, dude. And I'm not gonna say he's the greatest fucking one of the great, but that's all right. Yeah, it's one of the Ghost Rider's fucking villains, but yeah, all right.
In this book, You also get to see the orb without his helmet on. You get to see his ratchet face. You learn all about his hypnotic helmet in this book. You learn about everything you want to know about the original orb in this book. This is the greatest Spider-Man book of all time.
I tell you, man, that's a clean looking copy. I could see why he's excited. But that looks like a fucking 9.0 to me, dude. That's a nice copy you got there, Dope. He's got a fucking fantastic shop, dude. He probably got that for the low, too. I don't know how much you paid for it. Ain't none of my fucking business. But that's a cherry copy, brother. That's a cherry copy.
Because it's got one of the greatest villains' first appearance of all time. And it's also got Ghost Rider in it, baby.
It probably felt good pulling that bitch. It probably felt good pulling that book out, dude. He probably got a good deal, I'd guess. I'd guess that's why he's so happy. I don't know how much you paid for it. I don't know if you even tell us.
Just like that, we're under 7.5 minutes.
All right. Well, that's it for that one. I'm going to say definitely not the greatest Spider-Man book of all time. And you are an expert because you did get 1 out of 100 Spider-Man. What up, TM? What up, Wellbore? What up, Callie? He is an expert because he has 1 through 100, baby. But you're missing that AF-15. That's what I was hoping to see. That's whenever I see a title, the greatest comic, Spider-Man comic of all time, dude. I think that AF-15. That you guys could get mad at me. I know Dope's a swell guy. I know that. But I got to keep it 1,000,000% real with y'all, dude. Like, when I see a title like that, I think, especially from a guy that's got fucking ASM 1 through 100. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Not necessarily. Maybe he has no. Maybe he has an AF-15 facsimile. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what I thought. That's what I would think. And you can persecute me if you want. I'm just keeping it 1,000,000%. Now, that was a fresh video. Legions was 9 months old. I don't know. His energy can convince me. His energy can. Well, I mean, the energy's good, but I got to call a spade, dude. And I believe he may feel like that's the best Spider-Man book. Do I think he would trade it for any of his fuck no. I don't think he'd trade it for his Punisher or that Punisher used to be his favorite, is what he used to tell me, because it's triple signed. It's kind of a mid-grade. He's got nice Spider-Man books. But I mean, story-wise, he might like it the most. Who knows? Dope is a Hulk fan too. He may have. Now he does have issue 1, dude. I showed this video a while ago. I'm not even gonna. I guess I'll say it since you brought it up. One of the first streams, I think he insinuated he wasn't much of a Hulk collector. Whenever I first got him on YouTube, I mean, that's not a big deal. He turned into the biggest Hulk fan there was. That's his favorite now, but it just, it's just funny because I was rewatching the stream where he was like one of the first times on my channel, and I think he said something about the Hulk, but oh well, I ain't gonna say it. He may got into later after YouTube. So that's my 2 streams for y'all. I thought they were pretty good. Shout out to Dope Comics. I love his energy. I love his promo skills. He definitely he ratchets it up high. He's getting his engagement's higher than mine can ever be. I don't ever get that many comments on my streams. Comment on the video if you liked it. I've been commenting a lot lately on people's YouTubes. I should leave a comment on old Dopers. I'm going to leave a comment on old Dopers right now. All right. Let's start there. Right? Because I did leave a comment on Legions, right? I left a comment on Legion, so I might as well leave a comment on Dope. Keep it at all a buck. Keep it a buck. Because most of my videos are live. Oh, okay. That might make sense. Might make sense. I love his energy. I see the comic book wrestling coming out of his fucking pores, and it makes me happy for him. So I watched your stream. I watched your video on my channel. And that was a good one. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to say it was clickbait. I'm not going to say anything crazy. I do like Dope overall. I suggest you go get Dope. Dope's one of my favorite people in the community. And it's okay to make this title because he probably believes. I'm not saying he 1,000,000% believes. I'm saying he probably believes this is his greatest Spider-Man book of all time. It's hard for me to digest. People interact with you, so they say all they need to say. No, they need to say more, motherfucker. They need to say more than that. Let me jump in there right now. It's a pre-recorded. They comment the opinion as they say. Watch the live. People are fickle, dude. People need to say more than that. People get comments on live streams. Go ahead and say something on my live stream. Fuck them. We're changing the game. I've been getting some comments on my live streams because a lot of the people that watch my live streams aren't here live. So it works dynamically. It's a dynamic duo over here. All right. So you gotta comment, baby. It's all right. Some of you guys in the live chat don't comment, but you guys watching it for the first time and you ain't able to live chat, leave a fucking comment, man. 2 to 4 o'clock streams. That's what I do, brother. You picked up on that. I've been doing the 2 to 4 o'clock streams. I have. Only reason maybe he read it and a kid. No, I think this is the first time he read it. He just got the book. Sometimes your lights give me a headache, but that's just sensitive to light. I'm sorry, dude. Also, smoking kills? That's a little fucking harsh, TM. Easy with the smoking kills, man. Smoking has carcinogenic properties and protects the body from things too. It don't all kill. You have to look that up. And when you say it like that, it's very detrimental. That's not a good way to say to somebody that smokes. You have to choose. I'll do one, either live or regular. Your choice. What's with the ultimatums? You guys are just supposed to be loving people. Be the Biggie Shack supporters. I know you can be, man. What's going on? Everybody's feisty today. Everybody's all feisty. Shit. To prescribe cigarettes again. I didn't know that. So I'm going to drop the link like I do in every stream. We're just going to ride out until the end. I was really interested in y'all's ideas. Chonko was giving some great feedback to these videos. Chonko was killing it. Thank you, Chonko. No, I enjoy both their channels. I wish they would do shit like this now for people in the community. How fun would it be to see Dope or Legion do a Biggie Shack review? I think that would be fun. It'd be fun for me. I don't know about y'all. So that's why I do this shit, guys. It's engagement. It's me showing y'all that I enjoy y'all's content. You don't have to be hyper focused on me all the time. I'm watching all you guys out there. Now, just like Razor and Sticky, I can't agree with y'all 1,000,000% of the time. Oh yeah. Oh, let's watch Chonko's video where he shouted us out real quick. That's a good idea, Chonko. Thank you. Chonko did a video yesterday. How much fun is this going to be? Let's watch Chonko do exactly what I said. Chonko. Oh, my girlfriend came. I'm going to try to get this in, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. It's long. Yeah, I don't think I can do it long. Do you need help? What is that?
I want to.
What is that?
I don't know.
Sound like fucking pills. All right, I'm going to help. Why I leave out some words to him. All right, I'm going to go help with packing in shit, but we're going to load up Chonko's thing. All right, let's see. Chonko. Okay, I'll be right back. Sorry.
Just set it down. I'll take care of it.
Back. Okay. No more toys. What up, TM?
Hello.
Okay, well, cut it out. You can't get any more toys, Bug. You spend way too much money on toys. Shit. Okay. So, I guess this is the video, Chonko. It's going to be kind of hard to find where he shot us out. But let's watch a little bit of Chonko's stream. Did you watch all the stream? Or did you just watch the end of it, TM?
I just came in at when I commented and said, "Hey, Biggie." So I've only been here for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. So I reviewed Legion's stream and I reviewed Dope's stream. And I was going to ask you about, but if you just popped in late, that's okay. No worries.
Yeah, I just seen the end of Dope's stream. You're talking about how you, in your opinion, that's not the best Spider-Man book.
Well, the way it's titled is, it sounds like it's going to be the greatest Spider-Man book in everybody's opinion, not just his. If he would put "in my opinion," then I'd have been like, "Oh, it's going to be Dope's favorite Spider-Man book," So yes. All right, so this is the stream. Let's check out old Chonkinator.
Back again, like some chronic back pain. Yeah, leaving in the morning for Bogota, Colombia.
Chonko says the one before this one.
Had more stuff land, and
that's what he says in the chat. Chonko says the one before this.
No, yeah, I caught that because I was showing the video after this one or something. So this is the one before, I think. You got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I was showing one before this, and I noticed that, and this is the one before, I believe. Unless I'm wrong, Chonko, let me know.
He says Black Terror image,
but I kind of think
he says Black Terror image. Okay.
Terror.
Black hair image. Okay.
No, Terror. Terror T.
Oh, Black Terror image. All right. Black Terror image. Oh, I see it. One day.
Let's start the show. I really like his opening.
Hey, yo, I'm back. Survived my trip to Colombia. Almost.
Damn, he went to fucking Colombia? What a beast.
Wonder if he picked up any of the coffee there.
He might, or some of that Coca-China. How much coke you do there, Chonko? I bet he did chonkos of cocaine where he went.
From the cartels and,
Yeah, see, he went to the cartel.
Trying to get me to smuggle things or something. Totally kidding. Actually, had a great time. Well, it was a work trip, and it's like it's it's kind of a long work trip. It's, it's like a week, and like the first few days, intense. The type of stuff I'm doing. I'll get into like my job sometime. Maybe I don't know why I have to go to places like this. But yeah, food was great. People were great, and overall good. But yeah, wanted to get back into it. I dropped a couple of videos while I was gone, one that was scheduled, and then also just off my phone, when I got the final version of the intro, which man, I hope people liked it. I thought it was awesome. The guy I paid on Fiverr did the video intro. He's also going to do a logo for me based upon like kind of the cartoon version of my dog that you saw at the beginning of the video. And yeah, the song again, that was our original song, kind of that my former band and I, the Chugs, that was me singing the Chonko intro or anthem, whatever you want to call it. If you want to sing it out loud when you see a Chonko video show up, I encourage that. So anyway, so yeah, wanted to kind of get back into it here, and I have so many ideas for videos that came out, and I have so many packages. Like, it's kind of silly. I've mentioned before, for my job, we get a bonus every year. It usually gets awarded like in January, but it doesn't get paid out until March. So like mid-March, we're getting paid out, and the company did very well. And as a result, we were all happy that, our bonus is going to be really good. And this means I have some funds to do some things kind of around the house, and I think I'm going to buy a new laptop kind of things, but I also have some money for comics, and that's a good thing. Well, I mean, it's a dangerous thing. So I bought some comics over the past like week and a half. As you see, I normally unbox things, smash something into a bag. This corner will always show that. So anyway, is what it is. I'm just gonna read it, so it's fine. It's fine. All right. So let's get into some bigger packaging, and then let's get into some things that are really big, really big. Nose is running, man. Get it. I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna get sick because all the travel. Yesterday was like 12 hours of travel. Got stuck, just next to some just awful people on the one flight. The one dude was just like loud and slurping his like tea, and just, I was like, come on, man, I'm just trying to just like nod off here. And this guy, and he's like playing like videos on his phone without earphones, like, and it's complete, unrestored, looks great. Look at the colors, how they pop. And yeah, she's burning alive, but she's like breaking out of her bonds, and they're very concerned. So yeah, cool. And I think this is the big one. This is like,
all right. Oh, they're like,
I hope this is what I think it is.
Right.
Like, let's.
No, the shadows are in 4 minutes from that time you were at.
Yeah, I picked up some.
Oh no,
some pretty huge things.
Oh,
In
no,
addition,
maybe,
I
yeah, 4
have
minutes
more
in.
boxes
Yeah,
coming
you're
out
right.
from CGC.
Okay.
The way it seems to work with me is, I submit stuff and it's kind of different tiers, and it all comes back at the same time. It all comes back the same week, and this stuff would have come back yesterday. Today's Saturday. No, today's Sunday. Jeez, I flew on a Saturday. It would have come back on Friday, but I put in for like a mail hold, so it'll be here on Monday. These like few boxes. Anyway, I have some other stuff to unbox, and I want to get to that first. Though I feel like I owe shout outs to other YouTubers, and I kind of put a list together, kind of I over the past couple of days of either people who've like.
Hey Chonko, did I help with your subscriber count, dude? Did you get some? Maybe after I talk here. No, you're good. Don't feel bad. We're there now, dude. We got it.
Brought attention to my channel, or people that I think they deserve attention. So I want.
All right, we got Madam Blaster joining the panel. Hey, Blaster.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I got to go to a doctor's appointment in like 15, 20 minutes, so I thought I'd jump on.
Yeah, okay. You're cool to hang out. We're just getting to the good part of Chonko's video. We had to hunt it down, so you came at a good time.
Okay.
All right.
I wanted to just kind of quickly go through that, and I'm going to tag these channels. If you're, I know my channel is very small, but and a lot of you are probably subscribed to these channels already, but a lot of you might not be. Like, if you're a newer person into comics, or you're just kind of getting into comics, or you're just kind of like on the ancillary fringe of comic book YouTube. I wanted to kind of pump the tires on some channels. First, I'm going to mention the two channels that I mention quite often. Comic Collector Geek, Alan, and Beyond Wednesdays. You will get a PhD
Beyond Wednesdays
if you watch those two channels. And so many cool people are involved in those channels. Alan and Brian, both great dudes, and there are bigger channels. I mean, they're far bigger than mine, and they don't need my shout out. But this is more for you, for your benefit. If you're not subscribed and watching them, specifically their streams, you're missing out. They do a lot of really good stuff. So yeah, if you're just getting into comics, or you're just kind of into comic YouTube kind of stuff, Beyond Wednesdays and Comic Collector Geek, you need to check them out. You'll thank me if you're not. And I think most of you are probably subscribed to both of those. But then I wanted to bring up a couple other channels that have really helped me. And first, Matt Likes Comics.
Yeah.
Matt Likes Comics, you have to subscribe. He knows literally everything about the DC universe, like from Silver to Modern Age, pretty much any storyline, any character, first appearances. He knows everything about that. And he's just like the nicest guy. Like, and actually I'm going to be doing a stream on Matt's channel, and I'm really looking forward to that. But good dude, and has helped my channel. The first stream I was ever on was on Matt's channel, and he always brings me up, and I really, really appreciate that. So go Matt Likes Comics, check him out. You'll enjoy his stuff, and again, super good guy. And if you want to know anything about, like, if you ever had a question about DC Universe, Matt knows the answer. I promise you, he knows the answer. Also, I gotta shout out Biggie Shack. Yeah, Biggie helps new YouTube comic book channels more than anybody else. He invites people on at any time. Come on and talk comics. Good dude. He really just likes to talk comics with his buddies, and he will absolutely pump the tires on every newer YouTube channel devoted to comics. I'm gonna have links in the are gonna tag them in this video, but you should check out Biggie. You'll like his stuff too, and especially the streams. then a couple people that I kind of met through this YouTube journey, you know, that, you know, we kind of exchange comments and stuff. That seemed like good dude. Dope Comics and
Dope.
And Big Nasty Comics.
Big Nasty, look at that.
Both of them. I think we're kind of like-minded people in it. I think we're of similar age. I think, you know, and you know, I think we like a lot of similar stuff, and we kind of have
you absolutely do
a similar view of comics. Like both those guys. Check out both their channels and subscribe. And then a couple other channels that I don't think are subscribed to me at all, but who I just found these two channels this past week, and I think they were both through Biggie's channel. I think these were both a couple of channels that were shouted out there, but Son of Crom and Rafaust. I like what those guys are doing a lot. I like when people kind of show, you know, who they are, not only just, you know, hey, I got a comic book. It's kind of like you kind of understand their personality and who they are, and, you know, kind of why they like that thing, why they're excited about that. And, you know, and they're having fun. That's the other part that I like to see somebody having fun. But yeah, Son of Crom and Rafaust. For Rafaust, I really like his avatar. It's Faust, Tim Vigil, who I'm a big Tim Vigil fan, but check those dudes out. I think you'll like what they're doing. So let's do unboxing now.
Yeah, man, great job, Chonkinator. So we're gonna cut her because Madam's taking off soon, but I'm about to be taking off soon too. But yeah, dude, that was good shout outs. I don't get a lot of people shout me out, so that feels pretty good. I mean, we do kind of shout each other out in our own little ways, like me and TM and Bleeker, and a few of us do, and that's about it. But yeah, it feels good to see somebody give me a little street cred. Thank you so much, Chonko. That was very sweet of you.
Okay, Biggie, who was the last channel that he shouted out?
Rafaust Comics. He's in my
Rafaust Comics. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's Rafaust.
Okay.
But yeah, people should shout out more. Absolutely, Chonkinator, dude. So you've been doing.
Let me interrupt. I just checked. I can stay a lot longer, so it's okay.
Oh,
so
cool.
If you were gonna go, yeah.
I saw you hanging out with Big Razor. How was that? How'd you enjoy that?
It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was the most fun I've had in a long time.
Oh, I saw you had a basketball court out there. That's sick.
Yeah. There was some basketball going on, and he hit some baskets. He did pretty good. We just had a good time.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to eat a little bit. Yeah, I saw it said you gave him some comics. That was very nice of you.
Yes, I did. Now he was mistaken when he said I gave him my entire collection. I did keep like a few things that were gifted to me, so special, for me. But the majority of my everything is gone to him.
Goodness gracious! Yeah, I didn't think you gave him everything. I just thought, you probably gave a nice little chunk. That was very nice of you. It was probably a short box or two. It was probably a lot.
It was a couple little boxes.
Yeah.
It wasn't really very much. I didn't end up with a lot of comics. So it wasn't really a whole huge collection or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's cool. Maybe we'll have some more future hangouts from y'all. We'll see.
It was fun, for sure. We get along. We have fun laughing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's been in a lot more of a positive light lately. He's been doing his giveaway. He's been doing hauls. He's been pretty chill lately. So it's fun to see that side of him. I don't like when people label people, oh, they're only drama content. I said that even, he ain't just drama, dude. He tries to do his comic book shit,
this is my view on Razor, and this is where I come from it. And I think I have a soft spot in my heart for Razor just because I feel like he just wants to break in the community, just like we all did, you know. And he maybe didn't do it in a very, you know, appropriate way, but you know, he just did it out of the same reason we all do it, you know, which is just kind of just want to like stick our heads out there and just say hi and make some friends, I think.
Yeah, I think that he's shown his personality, and that's how he is. You know, that's just how part of what Razor does.
Yeah. And
Well,
like if someone doesn't like somebody else, or someone doesn't like somebody else and isn't friends with them because of that or something like that, like I'm not all into that. I don't have time to keep up on all that stuff. So I just think like the dude's been always cool to me. So cool.
Yeah, it's hard to get along with everybody. That's fucking very true. I kind of came to this conclusion the other day that you know, we all treat the comic community like this precious little baby and shit. And really, we're all like, even if you got like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers, like you see other comic YouTube channels that have nothing to do with us. And I think Tim was on the stream. I can't remember who was here with me.
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, they got like 250,000 freaking subscribers, and they don't even know who we are. It's like we'd probably be more successful if we never fucked with each other. If you just like worked on your editing and was like, you know, did your own thing and focused instead of getting caught up in this fucking world of we
got to get it out of our minds that like, oh, comic book YouTube is a niche thing. No, it's not. There's a lot of big comic book YouTube channels out there and stuff. So if you just do it for the comic's sake, then chances are you'll get big in that comic book YouTube, because most of them are just, they're doing something different with comic books and stuff. Some of them are reviewing it. Of course, you have the big reviewers that get tons of views because of the reviews on comics. But then you just have some people that are breaking down comic books and just talking about the stories inside them, or talking about the history of comic creators, comic artists, etc.
So I don't know. I'm glad that I got to meet all y'all and shit, and I have fun. So, but we are definitely not as big as the deal as I think we are a lot of the time. But it's all good. We are all real people. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, we're all real people too. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with
Everybody's
other
individually unique and special in their own way.
Yeah. I would like to get to know some of them bigger channels and shit. That's like that one channel that was a there's our guy, Big Bleeker. I was just talking about you.
Bleeker is a huge deal.
Like the comic historian, right? The guy that just passed away.
Yeah, Benny. Yeah.
And it was kind of weird to me because people were like, oh, he's part of the comic community because Jim Mint knew him and a couple other people knew him. It's like, I don't remember knowing him that well, but I'm sure people do watch him, you know? Yeah, we all watch channels, but I
will speak on this. Just because a YouTube channel is big and too, you don't have to scoff at them, be like, oh, they're big and stuff. Like, they're not part of the community. They're still part of a community. They still brought people in. Because I know a ton of people like that. I won't say their names, but they'll probably say something in the chat. Like they absolutely love Comic Story and they continue to watch Comic Story, and even after Benny's passing and stuff. So to scoff and say like, oh, they're not part of the comic book community, and that they've brought a lot of people in. There's like a lot of people got brought in by Tom, or how I got brought in was Comics with Bueller. Like people get brought in by bigger channels, like some big channels.
Collects.
Like, what's that?
Reggie Collects.
There you go. Reggie Collects as well. They got big for a reason, and to scoff and be like, oh, they're not part of the community, or it's like, I don't watch them because they're too big. get off your high horse. Like, that's all I'll say is just like, go enjoy content to enjoy it. Don't be like, oh, well, they're too big, so I'm not going to watch them. No, go watch them. They're big for a reason because they're good.
That was gross. Excuse me. No, I wasn't trying to give him a hard time because he was a big channel. No, I was just saying, like, where I was going to go to was the point of the whole. It's a little icky whenever people pass away and they kind of get jumbled into something. For me, you know, for example, I like Brian LCS. I think he's cool. He sent me a book this weekend. Very nice of you, Brian. Thank you so much. But like whenever TiVo passed away and he was part of the awards last year, I fairly remember TiVo saying he didn't want to be part of the awards. So I don't know that fucking Comic Storian would want to be part of the awards. That's where I was going.
Well, it's a team over there now. Like he has a team and stuff, and like he had a partner working with him. So, like I don't really watch his content. Like I know him through Comic Pop, which I watch Comic Pop Returns a lot.
Yeah,
and that because I like their like Comic Pop Returns. If nobody's subscribed and stuff, and Comic Pop Returns and that they do weekly comic book reviews, but then they also have creators on. Like one of my favorite current writers, Tom King, is on there quite a bit. Joshua Williamson, who's a current writer over at DC and doing the All In initiative. Like he has creators on, and you get to pick their brain and learn stuff from them. And that and Sal from Comic Pop and Comic Pop Returns, he was like good friends with Benny. Like they've been friends. Like they have their own different channels, but they've been friends for like 10 years. And my understanding is like it's a team over there at Comic Story, and he has partner and then they continued on the work. So if they didn't want to be part of it, they could have just said so. But it's all about.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they continued on, just kind of like Lords of Long Boxes did, right?
Yeah.
When a channel directly says they don't want to be part of it, it kind of means something to me, but that's just me. He's gone now, and they continued on with Bird City and Discovery and whoever else was over there. And
aggressively relaxing. If your channel ever turns into My Little Pony stuff, like I'll be watching.
It'd be like instead of My Little Pony, it would be My Little Brony, My Little Brony. Fun is a serious business. It is. It is. Fun is a serious business.
Watching now. What up, Tate?
So you're not watching now? Yeah, you guys are commenting it up. Fun is
I don't know what you mean. Callie, tell me what you mean.
Callie's been cutting it up in the chats.
Dude, I am so excited. Callie just like because these cards are hard to come by. Like they're like, and he has a full box that he's going to be unboxing. I'm pumped about it. Like I don't get pumped about cards, but he's going to be doing like a card rips of DC Cosmic cards from the 90s, and I'm super excited for that.
Yeah, I watched this. I went, dude, did you see what happened yesterday? I went on fucking Callie's live stream, and it's titled Pack Rips, and I commented in the chat and I said, "All right, I'm not seeing any cards getting ripped up. I'm unsubbing." So the next card he pulled, he just ripped in half. I was like, okay,
that brings a whole new meaning to ripping cards.
Yeah,
card rips.
I had a feeling Callie would do that. That's why I said it.
I think that would be difficult for some people to watch. That might be really good content if you think about it, because it'd be so painful for some people to watch like really good cards get ripped in half.
Yeah, people actually
They already do that.
don't give him ideas because like I don't want to see any of the DC comics where they cards ripped up. Like send them to me, Callie. Like don't rip them up, just send them to me.
I love how Matt gets the whole guru of DC universe. Fucking people think very highly of Matt Likes Comics, man. It's just fun for me to see people give him all that support. It's like my boy D-Runk. Like they'll say he's the best collector in Scarlet Spider and what else was it? Superman. He's the greatest Superman. That shit got to me though. I get a little fucking competitive. I'm like, what's wrong with my Superman collection? Why is D the best? You know, but some people just get that kind of accolades gave to them for some reason.
Your collection is good to you. That's all that matters, really, because everybody's collection is different. Like I have shit in my collection. Like I'm after Digimon comics. Nobody's after Digimon comics but me. But that's just because Digimon holds a special place in my heart. So like you'll have comics in your collection that nobody has and it's very special to you, and Callie will have some weird ass comics in his collection that nobody wants.
Callie has every fucking comic you could think of. People sleep on how many books he has. That guy's very good.
He has like movies and TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks to him, like he started me on this Digimon journey by sending me Digimon #1.
Nice. I didn't even know Digimon had a comic, but if you're going to need somebody to help you locate that, it would probably be Callie. Yeah, he would find it for you.
I'll be honest, I have no idea what you've been talking about.
It's like Pokemon, but not
better.
Not Pokemon.
I'm just nodding and smiling. Yes.
I love the passive aggressive tones. Am I being passive aggressive? I probably am. It was about Matt Likes Comics, absolutely, and fucking D-Runk. Yes, you're right, CJ. I don't know. I just it's seeing other people like give other people like recognition is like one of my things that I'm like. Just like when Chonko shouted me out. I love that because, you know, like I seen Christina Payne share my link in a chat a couple of times. And I've seen TM's probably done it more than anybody. And I'm like, thank you guys so much. Because when I see other people do that shit, I'll do it for people. You know, that's why I was raised, treat people the way you would like to be treated. So if I do 10 of these streams, I hope maybe one would come out my way. You know, that's all. That's the way I was raised. So treat people the way you want to be treated.
Aggressively relaxed makes a great point. Like I don't think I know anybody else that collects Squirrel Girl, and AR is a huge Squirrel Girl fan.
Squirrel Girl is Speedball's girlfriend, I believe, in some world. So Beckerman has a lot of Squirrel Girl.
That's true. Oh, look, another thing AR and Beckerman are competing for.
Okay.
What? You don't get it? Because they're trying to compete, saying who's the laziest.
Who's the late? Oh, AR and who? Beckerman.
Beckerman, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Beckerman has been doing a lot more than he used to. He's definitely ramped up his content, I think. D does or have a channel I can unsubscribe to. Let's laugh. I have an extra channel you can unsubscribe to. So yeah, we had a couple good streams. I don't know if y'all caught all of them. I know TM didn't. The first one was Legion saying comic collectors that say this lie. It was you are supposed to you must make your hobby fund itself. And the way he said it was a totality of 100% fund itself. And I think he's right, but it's not impossible, you know. And then like 1 out of every 1,000 books actually hold value. I think that's like 1 out of 1,000 books printed. But if you're a collector and you go into a place and you pick 10 books, and that's just a narrow-minded way to look at shit, is like, am I buying books worth more than what I'm paying for? Are there people to do that? There's absolutely people that collect that way. There's people that go into a shop and they're like, I got $10. I want to get the most expensive books I can for the cheapest amount of money. So they buy what they think is worth more money. And they feel like they're hunting down shit. Are there people going to shop and they're like, I want to get this story by my favorite writer? And they do that too. So I don't want to shun anybody. I'm a mixture of everything. I read, I collect, I sell. I do about every damn thing you can think besides buy titty books. Like, I just ain't into like naked girl comics. That's the one thing I'd kind of stop at. But if there's a naked girl comic that's worth some money, I'll grab it to sell it. You know, I just don't have a bunch of them. So I'm not against that either. I shouldn't even said that.
I was gonna say that's kind of odd, Biggie. You know, we should really double check.
Yeah, I've had some good ones. I got one I keep. I got Crosshairs 12. Is it Crossfire 12? It's a Dave Stevens cover. It's my favorite. So I don't know if I'd ever sell it, but I might. I keep a couple. A lot of people like boobs in the community, though. That's for sure.
You think so?
They collect primarily books with girls on them. Yes.
Yeah, in comics, yes.
They definitely.
Cleavage, I noticed, in any crotch shots on the comic covers.
There was a fucking. Go ahead, T. I'm sorry.
I did post a half naked man on my. And it's not me, but half naked man on a cover. It was Buddy Butcher, Righteous Maker #1, and he's just wearing an American. I don't know if you'd even call it a thong. It just kind of looks like it's just holding in his package. But yeah.
Dude, on the Elimination Chamber, the girls match, one of the girls were getting put up in a suplex, and they were wearing one of them, like, very small bottoms. And they actually pulled the crotch part away towards the hip, like full exposure of the bottom part. And everybody's looking, they're like, where's the hole? And she wore like skin collared underwear underneath, thankfully. So
she was ready for that malfunction.
She was ready. Yeah. And good for her, you know. Everybody's like, what is she, like a fucking Barbie doll down there? But no, she had like skin collared underwear, I guess. So there you go.
She was a non-gender person.
Yeah. Like, damn, she must be tiny. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but it was just like, okay.
Yeah, those boob covers and women covers definitely sell a lot. Like they're definitely, especially on like Kickstarter, they're always funded in like a day and stuff. But like I could just never get into all of them. Like there is certain covers like I wouldn't mind having, but like it's not like you would call them girly covers, but they're not like boob covers or like sexualized covers and stuff. But there's some like Betty and Veronica covers I wouldn't mind having.
The best part about those kind of books are they're not, you don't have to spend a lot of money to get them. So I have plenty of brigades from the 90s and 10ths, and if I wanted the new Harley Quinn, I have some of those. If I wanted the new Poison Ivy, I have some of those, you know. So it's not like impossible. And then you can't go 10 issues of Spider-Man with that ASM or Black Cat on a cover, so you're gonna get some of them. So, you know, it's like I just don't spend a lot of money on them, but I get them, and I know what I want, and about 10 or 15 books I want are not just that. They're like books from 40, 50 years ago. So it's just people collect what they want, dude. It's okay. If you want to get Kickstarter, Betty and Veronica's, that's cool. Whatever floats your boat, man. I'm all for it.
Oh no, not those. Just some of the old old Betty and Veronica comics.
Yeah, those are great too. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, because let's be honest, a lot of us know who Archie is. A lot of us grew up even reading like the little digest of Archie and stuff. So Archie and those comics always hold a place in my heart, and they're just great.
Archie must
Yeah.
have been like before my time.
You never heard of Archie?
I
I was
was
gonna
gonna
say,
say,
that's Razor's favorite shit. Razor loves Archie. Archie started off as a superhero comic, I think. But yeah.
well, Archie didn't, but Pet Comics had superhero comics,
right?
Because Archie was introduced into Pep Comics, and then
Yeah.
broke off into his own
I
thing.
get you. Yeah. So where Archie came from was different than Archie starting. So yeah, that makes sense. Well, guys, I've been here about an hour and a half. Family got home about 15 minutes ago. I'm gonna get busy being father of the house or whatever you want to call it, and help out with the lady ma'am, doing homework or whatnot. Probably playing with my kid.
Did
If
you
it ain't
just
too
call
damn
your
cool.
wife a lady man or lady man?
Lady ma'am. Not lady man, no. No.
It's like, dang. Like,
Callie knows what's up. Easier on the gravity situation. Yeah, so I'm just gonna help out some homework and probably take them out and play if it ain't too damn cold. But y'all got anything going on? Madam Blaster, you got anything coming soon?
I got a sculpture I started yesterday. You want to see it? You can
Yeah,
check it out
sure.
real quick. Okay.
The greatest American hero was Canadian. I would never forgive them for that. It's not, Superman ain't from Canada. I know TM says that, but it's not true. It's not true, man. From America, man. Just your ass, TM.
All right.
Look at that. Holy shit. We got a
Oh,
dumper
nice.
boy.
I'm just playing around with it right now, so having fun.
All
But
right,
I have an
wow.
extra wire in it here that I could use to punch through the chest and have something coming out of the chest, exploding out of the chest too.
Nice. Dude, have y'all heard of that movie Electric State on whatever the TV show is? Netflix.
You mean the movie Electric State? I think it's
Yes.
recent. It's a recent movie. I haven't watched it, but it's done by the Russo brothers, I think.
Right. Yeah, it's like robots and people helping each other out and shit. I'm gonna watch it. It's got, I think, the guy from Thor's in it. So I'm down, dude.
Oh, I think Chris Pratt, the guy that played Star Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay, I fucked that up. Right.
And see, Wellbore's right there. Joe Shuster was Canadian.
Okay, well, since you guys know everything about Joe Shuster, where did they fucking create Superman at? Can you talk about that part?
That doesn't matter. It's still.
Oh, that don't matter. Then why does it matter where he was born?
He's still from Canada. You
What
can't
do you-
just
what do
say
you
like,
mean?
oh, well, he created it in this place. You can't just be like, well,
Why-
he lived there long enough, so
Why
he's
does-
that now.
Why does it matter where he was born? Why he wasn't doing Superman shit? Why does that matter? When he was doing Superman shit, where was
Well, fun fact: didn't he create it in high school, where he was in Canada? He created a version of Superman in the newspaper, and in this iteration, Superman was evil. He was an evil character, but that was the first iteration of Superman. Was in his school newspaper.
Well, then that doesn't sound like Superman because Superman's not really evil.
Superman isn't Superman. If you go back and look, like the beginning of Superman couldn't fly. Superman, like his origin didn't get like created. Most of his creations were from the radio show. Like I'm pretty sure Lois Lane, Perry White, the Daily Bugle all came because of that radio show, the Superman radio show, and then got incorporated into the comics. So the characters changed, but the earliest iteration of him was he looked more like Lex Luthor, and he was called Superman, but he was evil.
I don't know where that newspaper was created, first of all, but I would guess you've been in America longer than the first year of creating Superman. But I don't know. Maybe he moved before high school, TM. Did we ever consider that?
No.
No, you just jumped straight to he was in high school in Canada.
It doesn't matter. His father is still from Canada.
It's Canadian blood.
I think born in Canada means probably born in Canada, but I guess we'll look more into this. Facts are facts, and then
I didn't say that Superman was born. I said he's part Canadian because his father was.
I'm not mad at the creator being born from Canada. You know, I'm just proud that I live in the state that the first Action 1 was created. Oh well, you know, like there you go.
Are you smoking Marlboro Reds?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been smoking those?
I don't know. Years on years.
That's why I started out smoking. I smoked for 7 years.
I used to smoke Newports, and then I quit smoking ports because I coughed up blood and shit. So I smoked Reds, and it stopped.
Was it because there was menthol? Were you smoking menthol?
Yeah, Newports.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, menthol.
Pretty brutal, yeah. I used to be like, "Oh, Marlboros, they suck," you know, and then start coughing up chunks of blood and shit. I'm like, I'm gonna try something different, you know. And
switch something up now, I think.
Yeah. Anywho, TM, what you got going on? You'll be on the network Wednesday. Have you already read it? I haven't read mine yet. I read half of it.
No, I'm gonna be reading it the day of.
Day of, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we'll be doing JLA Avengers issue 4 Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. D-Runk's pick. He'll be leading the way. And this is my little slot. I'm going to be doing 2 to 4 o'clocks during the week if I can. So feel free to come on back. If anybody's got any suggestions for any streams for me to watch and review, I'll absolutely do that. So today's showcase was Legion of Comics and Dope Comics, 2 of my favorite channels in the community. I appreciate having them suggested to me, and I had a fun time watching them. So catch y'all later, dude. See y'all tomorrow, probably, maybe later tonight. Who knows with me. Biggie.